Welcome all to Rishikesh. Welcome to the World Peace Yoga School. As usual, we will start this journey with this beautiful ceremony, the ritual called Agnihotra, Homa or Yajna in Sanskrit. In English, it is called fire sacrifice. So we are starting always with this ritual because it's a significance of the purification, or we say it purify us. So Homa, Yajna is beautifully connected with the yogic journey. Yogic journey is also about the purification. We purify ourselves with that. So as Guruji said, we have to clean, we have to purify ourselves. So here we get the beautiful knowledge from this ritual that our journey starts from the darkness and we should lead it towards the light, towards the sattva, or we say like a jyoti. So that light is coming to us with knowledge, right? So knowledge will be there without impurities, and we will receive it when we will be completely purified, right? So if you see here, three colors are there in this Yajna Kunda. So black, red and white. Three of these colors, they represent sattva, rajas and tamas, right? So most of us, we have the three gunas, but which one is predominant, that we have to see, that we have to check, and according to that we have to move further towards the sattva. Once we reach to sattva, then we are able to connect to the divinity, to the supreme. Without that, it's impossible. So we are going to use here, this wood is mango wood. We can use some other wood for that also, like people wood or sandalwood. There are some other wood also which are connected to the 9 planets. So all spiritual trees, we use those woods for the ceremony, for the ritual. Then we have many different kind of herbs here which we are going to offer into the fire, and all these herbs, when we offer it into the fire, it is going to transform. Then we have this liquid ghee, we say for it, right? So we are also going to offer this into the fire. By offering all these things, what is going to happen? It's going to transform. So from solid and liquid, it is going to transform in gaseous form. That gas will be liberating in the air, and then it is going to purify the all environment. Then molecule of all these herbs and the ghee and the wood will be going back to the nature, and then it will be forming another form. So there will be new form, and we will be again getting all that form back from the nature. So everything what we are going to use here, it's all natural, came from the nature, came from the divine, and we are offering it back by saying swaha, that I am offering it, please accept it. And then in the last we say idam namama, it's not mine, idam namama. So the biggest impurity within us is the ego, and until the ego remains there, we are not able to transform, we are not able to learn anything. So if we really want to go more deeper into the learning, or to realize the real self, for that we need to remove this ego from our life, and all type of impurities like jealousy, arrogance, abhorrence, greed, all type of impurities we are keep on carrying with us everywhere. So time to time, with the sacred fire, the spiritual fire which is within us, in that fire we have to burn all that. So this process is going to be there just for 1 or 2 hours. So if we think that like only with this process we will be getting purified, it's not possible, right? It is only possible when we are ready to purify ourselves from within. So we have to light the spiritual fire within us and then burn all the impurities into that, and then we are able to purify ourselves, right? So this is just like a beginning to make us realize that we can also purify ourselves every each moment. Whenever we see that impurities are entering inside, we can just remove them right away, right? With our potential, with our energy, with our power. Then during the ritual ceremony, I am going to chant mantras. All the mantras, they are really powerful. They are having lot of vibration and as well as the positive energy. Positive energy because every each mantra has positive affirmation, and that affirmation works, right? So to understand completely the power of mantra, we need to understand the meaning of mantra as well. And with the vibration, we are already getting to connect with it. Then this red color I am going to put on your third eye. So on Agya Chakra, it's for the protection of Agya Chakra, that any negative energies will not enter in us while we are in the sadhana, right? We can use any other color for that, like a yellow sandal or white sandal. So just putting all that on our third eye, it's really powerful, right? So that's why like in India, women's, they are wearing bindi. Then also we put tilak always when we do the ceremony. So there is a power of tilak, so that we can always use. Then this thread, do you know then what is this? Raksha Sutra, right? So Raksha means protection and Sutra means thread, right? So protection thread. So how this thread is going to protect you? Is this thread having power to protect you from anything? Sorry? Mindset, your belief, your trust, right? So this thread is just a thread, but when you wear it on your wrist and with that belief, with that trust that it is going to protect me, it will start protecting you because you understand the power of the thread and you understand power within. Means it reminds you that I have the potential, I have the power within me to protect me anytime, right? Until I don't allow anything to come to me or to disturb me, nothing can disturb me, right? So you understand that, and once you understand, every time you will look at this thread and it will start protecting you. So your mentality will become more powerful and you will become more positive every time, right? So to understand your own power, own potential, own energy, we are using all these symbols, right? Then we are going to invoke here 5 elements. So one is already there, we are sitting on the earth element, right? So we will pray for earth element and we will say thanks to Mother Earth, that thanks for giving us the space to sit on her or to walk on her. And then we are going to invoke the fire element with the lamp, right? Then we are going to invoke the water element in the water. Then we are going to invoke the air element with incense. So whenever we burn the incense or light the incense, by lighting it, we are connecting to the air element. Normally we can't see the air, right? But when incense is lightened, we see the flow of the air and we can connect to it. So air element is there to connect with, and then while I'll be chanting mantras, through mantras we will be connecting to the space element because of the sound. So space element will be there. So all the 5 elements, why we are invoking them? Because our body is made up of 5 elements, and to connect with the divine, first we need to connect to these elements and understand their powers, and then after that we will be able to connect to the divinity, right? So first these 5 elements, then the mind, and then after the self. And then once the realization of the self is there, we are already connected to the divine, right? So lot of significance are there of this yajna, of the ritual. So in the philosophy classes you are going to get more and more information about it, and whenever we do any type of puja or any ritual, there is a meaning behind it, there is a science behind it, that why should we perform it, right? So it was created just for this mind, that mind will get connected to it, and then after that we will be ready for our journey, right? The yogis, they do this ritual every day in their caves for 2 hour, 3 hour, maybe more than that. So they are doing this ritual every day just for connecting to it, and as well as there is another meaning behind it, that whenever we offer all these herbs into the fire, in the gaseous form we are inhaling it. When we are inhaling it, so this is called the micro eating process, right? Micro eating process. After that we don't need food, right, to survive. So yogis, they were able to live the life without eating food. And there was another benefit, that if you don't eat food, you don't feel lazy, and when you don't feel lazy, then after that you are able to meditate for long time without laziness. So lot of significance, lots of benefit of these rituals. Every time when we connect to it, we go more and more deeper into the understanding of the rituals, right? So it is not just like a religious part. What is the religion? Do you follow the religion? What is religion?
It's actually, there's a difference in spirituality and religion. So spirituality is following the message, and religion is following the messenger.
Messenger. Okay. So the religion which we understand, like a Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Ishai, right? So Christianity, or like a Judaism, all of that is just our own creation. We have created it, right? But the real religion is called Sanatan, right? Sanatan Dharma. Dharma means duty. Duty is a religion. Each person has their duty. Like husband has a duty, wife has a duty, mother has a duty, father has a duty. Like a person who is a doctor, he has a duty, teacher has a duty. So all those duties are dharma, right? In a righteous way, right? So we say righteous behavior. That is only the dharma, not the Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, or Christianity, right? We all are the one. We are the son or daughter, or you can say children of the one divine, one supreme. We need to understand that, and for that oneness we all are here in this yogic path, in this yogic journey, to understand the oneness of divinity, right? So this knowledge also we are getting from all these rituals. So more information you will get into your philosophy classes about all these significance and all these rites. So I won't go more further from it. So let us start this journey with the chanting and with this fire sacrifice. So what are you going to sacrifice here? Ego and all type of impurities. So let us begin it. Om Swasti Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sri Ved Purushaya Namaha. Sri Saraswati Namaha. Sadguru Charan Kamalebhyo Namaha. Lambodaram Paramasundara Mekdantam Raktambaram Trinayanam Paramam Pavitram Udyadivakar Karo Jwalakaya Kantam Vigneshwaram Sakalavignaharam Namami Bhavani Shankaro Vande Shraddha Viswas Rupino Yabhyam Vinana Pasyanti Siddha Svantastameshwaram. पुंडरीकाक्ष पुनातु भगवान पुंडरीकाक्ष पुनातु मनसा वाचा कर्मणा शुद्धं स्यात् केशवाय नमः नारायणाय नमः माधवाय नमः त्रिराचम्य ओम केशवाय नमः ओम नारायणाय नमः ओम माधवाय नमः गोविंदाय नमत्यस्तं प्रक्षालयेत मनसा वाचा कर्मणा शुद्धं स्यात् ओम हरिः ओम ततो अग्रे धूपं दीपं च प्रज्वालयेत ओम करकलितकपालः कुंडली दंडपाणिस्तरुणतिमिरनीलव्याल यज्ञोपवीति क्रतुशमेश पर्याद विघ्न विच्छेद हेतुर जयति वटुकनाथः सिद्धिदः साधकानाम् ओंकारं बिंदु संयुक्तं नित्यं ध्यायन्ति योगिनः कामदं मोक्षदं चैव ओंकाराय नमो नमः ओंकारस्तत्रिदेवेभ्यो नमः स्वाहा ओम श्रीश्च लक्ष्मीर्धत्रिमेधा स्वाहा प्रज्ञा सरस्वती मांगल्येषु प्रपूज्यन्ते सप्तैते घृतमातरः सप्तघृतमात्रिका देवीभ्यो नमः स्वाहा तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता मैं मूर्ख खल कामी मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी कृपा करो भरता ओम जय जगदीश हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे गोविंदा गोपाला गोविंदा गोपाला गोविंदा गोपाला राधे कृष्ण 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 राधे 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 राधे